Hello, fellow trainers, and welcome back for another visit to the Halzari region as part of the Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion project here at PTE Creative. As always, I am your host, Evan Davies. You have a new Pokemon to meet, and it is one of our many starter Pokemons. Without further ado, let's go! Today, I am so thrilled to be able to give you your first introduction to Wizwat. Wizwat is the electric starter of the Halzari region. And you heard that correctly. Electric type starter. For those that may be new to the channel, maybe new to this project, the Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion project. The region in question is the Halzari region. It's my fan-made region, fakemon region, Pokemon region, whatever you want to call it. And Halzari is heavily based upon the United States and little bits of Canada and Mexico. Very much Northern American based. One of the themes that I'm always trying to hit with this American based theme is that classic theme of American abundance, where we never have enough or too much. So one of the ways that you can show that in somewhat of a positive way for a player would be to have a starter Pokemon for every single type in the game. So we have 18 starter Pokemon. So that's why Wizwat makes an appearance as an electric type starter Pokemon. Now, as you can probably see, some very obvious nods in here to a famous cartoon or a very famous state bird. But Wizwat is based off of a New Mexico Roadrunner, which is the official bird of New Mexico. Every single starter Pokemon is based off of a state's bird or fish or mammal of some kind. Their state animal, in some way, shape, or form, is celebrated within the starter Pokemon, which is why we went to New Mexico with that awesome Roadrunner as our inspiration. As we move forward into his Pokedex entry, Wizwat is the road running Pokemon. Fair to say, it's pretty obvious. And it has generally balanced stats, except that incredibly obvious one. So I really wanted to hit home the speed of the Roadrunner, which is very basic and obvious from the actual construction of the bird itself in the real world. But on top of that, you have a balanced stat sheet of 40 HP, 40 attack, 40 defense, and its special attack and special defense bump a little bit up to 50. But that alone only gets you to 220. You got to deal with that speed stat. And that speed stat, even at its base stat, is 100. Giving you an average stat of 53.3, which is kind of crazy to think about. However, we're always thinking about thematics in our character designs. We're always thinking about, or at least we should be thinking about, what is the theme and what is the message behind this character? What are we trying to convey? What is the idea that we're trying to convey with this character? And with Wizwat, I really wanted to get together that idea of speed. Speed causing friction, speed causing electricity coming from it, whether it's static electricity or not. Speed, turbine, constantly moving, creating electric energy. That's what I really wanted to hit home in this design, which is why it has a more kinetic design, looking like it's even in a running pose already. And that's why even the color scheme comes to this. So if we go back to that artwork, Wizwat has that more kind of cool electric blue, almost San Diego Chargers-esque, for another nod to speed and just power and electricity is there. And that nice subtle yellow going through. You know, yellow, it's hard to say it's subtle with that blue. However, I intentionally picked a more faded, subtle yellow as opposed to right up in your face with the electric bit atop the head or the electrical designs on the wing patterns, because I wanted to show there's places to go and grow in which we go. But then you can see in the eyes, it's fully charged with that very deep, saturated yellow, to really give the intensity and the idea of, oh, this is where we're going. And this is what this Pokemon can be. So it's very interesting design, in my opinion. I absolutely adore this little guy. So let's go back to its Pokedex entry, though. Its ability is static, pretty obvious. It goes along with Pikachu's ability and a couple other electric types, in which if you make physical contact, there is a good possibility that that Pokemon will become paralyzed. It is logical, especially if we're dealing with the ideas of friction, we're dealing with the ideas of electricity, the dangers of electricity, what you can do, and how that's applied into Pokemon, then. If you come into contact with this object that's incredibly fast, you're going to be paralyzed in some way, shape, or form. Which is very logical, which is why I picked the ability Static. Now I'm going to go to its actual Pokedex entry itself. While incredibly jovial with the trainer, Wizwat is a difficult Pokemon to capture. The speed at which it moves through Halzari's arid regions make it a rare challenge to catch. So the idea is this. Wizwat is adorable and incredibly loving and kind to a trainer. However, it's weary. The whole idea of this Pokemon is that it's constantly on the move, it's constantly running, it's constantly going. That kinetic energy is there all the time. So we wanted to reflect that in the entry as I did this. So again, think about your themes, think about the ideas that you want to convey with the Pokemon. Right here, it's logical that if this Pokemon is moving this quickly all the time through the more arid regions, the more desert regions, the more red rock regions such as Utah and Arizona, give that kind of nod, or the more mountainous rocky regions of New Mexico, you could get that idea of speed along, a generally flat, barren plain. So that was kind of where the idea was, and how difficult it would be to catch this Pokemon, which is why Wizwat as a starter isn't inherently rare, but starter Pokemon are a lot harder and more difficult to find in the games, as we all know, than it is just a common Pokemon. So that's why I went with the idea of the Roadrunner as a starter Pokemon electric design. I hope you really, really love this new electric type starter. I know I adore Wizwat. It's legitimately one of my favorites that I think I've ever designed, because the second I got that motion down, it was done. This was an incredibly easy drawing to make for me. And I don't say that out of trying to be braggadocious or trying to say I want to be lazy with my designs. But there are some designs when you're drawing things and when you're creating things, they just come so naturally. Just the flow of the pencil moves with you. You're not fighting to create the design. When I get that feeling and everything's moving in fluid motion and you're not having to start and stop a lot and you just feel it's very natural, there's just a inherent comfort in the design. And Wizwat gave that to me in this design, which is why I really have a lot of fond memories of drawing this Pokemon and creating what you guys see before you today. Now, if you want to see some more stuff that I could create and you want to support the channel in a way other than just watching the show, I gotta ask, why don't you take a piece of our Pokemon with you and go over to Etsy. Head on over to our Etsy shop, ptecreative.etsy.com. We've got a lot of cool Pokemon merch there, as well as some other things that you may want to check out for yourself. We can even scroll through that right here and right now to show you. We've got Pokemon mystery card packs. We have t-shirts. We have hoodies. We have our hats. We have stickers. We have all kinds of cool stuff. I love this bug catcher design. It's the newest Pokemon design up. Oh, wait. No, it ain't. We got the Return of the Mount Moon sticker. We still have Stressy and Depressy Psyduck. And we have that Johto t-shirt and soon to be hoodie, hat, and sticker is all coming up with the Johto stuff. A lot of fun things. But even if Pokemon is not inherently your favorite thing in the world, there's still a lot of cool merch here. Maybe you love Power Rangers. Maybe you love Harry Potter. Maybe you love national parks. There's a ton of stuff coming your way. There's soon to be some Yu-Gi-Oh! Designs up as well to support all of our awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Watchers when we do Yu-Gi-Oh! Card pack openings. But go over to ptecreative.etsy.com and get yourself a piece of merch and take the love of the channel wherever you may want to go with. So head on over to ptecreative.etsy.com. Now, we understand not everyone's ready for that kind of purchase. If you are, that'd be great. Please take some. But maybe you just want to keep supporting, checking out some cool content. that is a-okay as well. Head on over to the rest of our channel, man. Every Monday, we have Pokemon card pack openings for you. Tuesday, it's the Onetta Show. It's our flagship podcast. We do a lot of rotating topics. And we're doing a lot of crossover episodes with our new show that comes out Saturdays, which I'll get to in a second. However, Wednesday, you're already here, you already know it, and you already love it. It's the Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion project. And if you don't love it by now, I'm sure you'll find a Pokemon that you're going to love pretty soon. Thursday, it's the Onetta Football Show. Talking American football. Huge fan of the sport. I absolutely adore it. It consumes far too much of my time. So we want to talk about it in podcast form. Friday is a rotational show. You can have the Onetta Adventure Show. The latest episode just came out last week covering Grand Canyon National Park. But you might get the Onetta Brick Builder Show, which is a whole Lego building speed show, which is really fun. Some more Pokemon card pack openings, maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh card pack openings, even a little bit of Lorcana thrown in there from time to time, which is a little bit of fun, and a lot of specialty projects that are coming your way. And finally, because we haven't gotten to update this graphic yet, we also have, as I mentioned before, the brand new Onetta movie show. Super fun and enjoyable. Myself and my co-host Dylan are constantly talking about movies from yesteryear or from today. A lot of cool stuff to go check out there. The Onetta movie show. But the Onetta show, the Onetta football show, and the Onetta movie show, all three of our podcasts are available not only on YouTube, but on Spotify. So go check them out there if you could. If you want to continue to get deeper and deeper into the web, check out our socials at Instagram and TikTok. We're always trying to post a lot of fun stuff there. You can even get unique looks of the Pokemon in those features because we do a little bit of time-lapse art there, which is really fun to take care of. But no matter what, wherever how you're supporting us, we appreciate it. Like and comment and subscribe. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't so we can get better to make better content for you because that's who we do it for. Even though we love it, we do it for you. So please, let us know, like, comment, subscribe, and help us grow and get better. But that is going to do it all for us trainers today. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, love, and hugs. Bye!